Hello YouTube, my name is Tu Yang and welcome to another music evaluation, reaction, and analysis video. Thank you so much for being patient with me. It's been a very busy 2 weeks. I meant to upload this video actually about a week ago, and just because of timing I wasn't able to do so. Usually what I do is that I record the video the day of and release it the day of, simply because of how my schedule is. And so once again, thank you for your patience. Today we are going to be evaluating the one and only Bass Gang, their arrangement of Emperor's New Clothes. And I believe this arrangement is by Marwan Ayman, who is on the left there. We have Bobby Waters on bass, Marwan Ayman on bass, Bobby Water on bass, Peter Barber on bass, Tomi P on bass, and Peter again also on bass. So I can't wait to hear what these guys have for us and show you my analysis as well as my reaction. The first time I heard this, I was blown away, and so we'll be doing a combination of those things in this video. Just a little bit of housekeeping. We are in, it says here, D sharp minor. We can be in D sharp minor or we can be in E flat minor. I'm going to go with E flat minor because I like flats a little bit more than sharps for whatever reason. The tempo here is actually 94.5 beats per minute. Took me a little while to sync the tempo. I don't really like using Logic's tempo sync because what it does is it'll give you different numbers, right? It'll be 93, 97, 80, depending on how it goes. So what I did was I just beat mapped it myself and went from there. So we are right at 94.5 BPM. So let's take it from the very top. We'll be looking at technique, chords, and whatever these guys have to throw at us. Here we go. All right, so oh guys, these bass brothers. We have 3 E flat ones, right? Ones. All the way down there, we have a, I believe a vocal growl from Tomi down to an E flat 1, and then Marwan with subharmonics down to an E flat 1, and then Peter immediately afterward, also with an E flat 1 in chest fry. So, you guys, not holding any punches, huh? Or any bass punches here. So very nicely done. I love that use of the vocal growl there. Vocal growl has a little bit more presence simply because you are activating the false folds and there's more air pressure. There's more air that's moving in that case. So you actually get more bass. You can edit it that way as well, and it's actually highly recommended to edit a lot of the air and the high frequencies out, so you actually get that full bass sound. And I believe the original track, the original Emperor's New Clothes, does use something like that, but it's up an octave. So the fact that you guys took it down the octave, kudos to you. Nicely done. I'm loving this already. Let's listen to those 3 E flat ones again.
Welcome to the end of eras. Ice is melted back to life. Like my time and serve my sentence. Dress me up and watch me die.
Feels good, tastes good, it must be mine. Dynasty decapitated, you just might see a ghost tonight.
Okay, we will have to stop there because these guys are basses and they are covering all the basses, right? We have Tomi, who is floating a B flat 5. So very nicely done. And Bobby, they're taking the lead. Great work as well. I love this, the camera and the sound effects right here. For whatever reason, it just really pulled through.
Melted back to life.
Yeah, so the coordinating, the video, and just, you know, these guys are working at a professional level, and they are professionals themselves in their own field. So I'm very, very happy to know them and to be a part of conversations that they're in, and just to be, a bass brother. Like there's so many things that these guys are doing that are amazing in their own right. I love the tuxedo jackets and the white shirts, as well as the makeup that's happening. So great work in terms of that, and great expression. Very well coordinated. And Marwan, just so you know, your editing is just spot on. Great work. You're gonna hear me say that a lot. So, but it is what it is, right? So here we go. Keep going.
My time and serve my sentence. Dress me up and watch me die.
Feels good, tastes good, it must be mine. Dynasty decapitated, you just might see a ghost tonight. And if you don't know, now you know.
I'll take it.
Before we let Marwan enter in there, I actually enjoy that they are trading off parts. I noticed that Bobby was actually singing bass while he's singing lead, and it feels like, I think that's what's happening for the most part. They're trading off on doing the bass part, so the low bass right there, and I believe Bobby went down to a G sharp or an A flat 1 there, right? Yeah, and that's how the chords move. You have that 6, 4, 1, and for whatever reason, going to that 6, right? When we think about 6, it feels so refreshing going from a minor key to the 6. So. And those chord movements are just are very. I like the way how they go. And it's plagal, right? 4-1. Which is very prompt. That plagal cadence going from 4-1 comes from the church. In this case, it's a minor 4 to a minor 1, and it's, I believe, the original song. This is very close to the original in terms of tempo, arrangement, and everything, and obviously with the contemporary acapella flair to it. So let's go back a little bit, and I think. I like this part here where Bobby's doing the bass while he's singing as well.
And if you don't know, now you know. I'm taking back the crown. I'm all dressed up and naked. I see what's mine and take it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love that effect. That very cool there, Marwan. Yes, and he's actually doing bass while he's singing here, and they do trade off once in a while, but I like the approach, and I like that. I believe there was a high A flat in there too. I could be wrong. Let's listen to that chorus one more time.
I'm all dressed up and naked. I see what's mine and take it. Oh yeah, the crown so close I can taste it. I see what's mine and take it.
Yeah, nice job on that A flat. This part of here I really enjoy. I'm gonna go back and play for you again. Is the suspension, right? I'll play for you, then I'll try to break it down on the keyboard for you as well.
Oh yeah, the crown so close I can taste it. I see what's mine and take it.
Yeah, so you have that diminished chord that happens in there too, right? You have this, what sounds like a C flat major, but then we have a voice that's on that A flat as well. And then you have that diminished chord, right? That diminished 7, and those diminished chords are very unstable, and they don't really give us a sense of any resolution. So the resolution has to go somewhere. In classical music, you can resolve that to anything, right? You can go from here to here, or from here to here. So the instability actually gives you access to many different colors as well, and I like that you really pull that through in here, guys, with that right? Leveraging that D and F, B, and A flat there. So nicely done.
Oh yeah. Sycophants and velvet sofas, lavish mansions, vintage wine. I am so much more than royal. Snatch your chain and make your eyes. If it feels good, tastes good, it must be mine.
Okay, let's give credit where credit is due. That is a C flat 0 or a B 0, right? So, oh gosh. Also done by the youngest member in the group. So really great work there, and very appropriate. And I like the visuals that went with it, as well as the chord, right? It just sets so well, and it goes back to what I was saying with the 6th chord, right? There's just so much relief, so much power in that chord, because when you go to the 4, you know the 1 is going to be coming back. So use that in your music. That's you know, in video game music, it really hypes it up. You hear those 6, 4, 1 progressions, very prominent in video game music as well, and rock and roll, all sorts of genres. Let's go back to Peter. What throws me off is that I know his voice operatically, and he is an amazing bass baritone, and to hear him sing with such clarity and appropriateness to hear, right? He's not just going, hey, look at me, I'm the opera singer in the group, and I'm going to be doing this in an operatic way. No, not the case at all. Peter is an amazing musician, and his tone here is just amazing, and actually unexpected as well, because you know, I'm so used to hearing him on the stage, or hearing him through recordings on the stage. So let's listen to his structure here again.
I see what's mine and take it. Oh yeah. Sycophants and velvet sofas, lavish mansions, vintage wine. I am so much more than royal. Snatch your chain and make your eyes. If it feels good, tastes good, it must be mine. Heroes always get remembered, but you know legends never die.
Yeah, I really like that, and I believe that happens in the original as well. The part that Marwan's singing, where he goes, as opposed to going to the raised 7th, he goes to the flat 7. So let's hear that again.
Good, tastes good, it must be mine.
Right, must be mine. Then you hear, so you have that walk back up, and I love the use of that flat 7 and that raised 7th, right? Whether it's natural minor or harmonic minor. The natural minor has a flat 7, whereas the harmonic minor has the raised 6th and has that raised 7th. And of course you have your melodic minor as well. But in this case, the use... That always, I heard Bobby do it earlier in the piece as well, and it really drew my ear to that, to have that flat 7 in there. So really good stuff here. I haven't commented on this, but I will do so now. Great work on the beatbox as well. I like the use of a heavy snare. You know, listening to all these a cappella groups, as the vocal percussionist of a group, you not only carry the groove, but you also have to have different types of snares, right? You can't just go.
Sycophants and velvet sofas, lavish mansions, vintage wine. I am so much more.
Right, and so what Marwan is choosing to do here is a heavier snare, which is a P or B based snare. Right. And that's a nice heavy snare. It's not a bit snare, or it's not a one of those higher clap type snares, right? Like, it's not one of those, because you don't want that much of a high pitched sound for it. Maybe like I said, I'm a huge fan of rockapella, and I love those kind of snares that Jeff Thatcher does. And so, or they call it the spit snare or bit snare, whatever you want to call it. It's just a very, very high-pitched, high-tuned snare. In this case, this snare is really nice and relaxed. Use of cymbals and toms, really well done. And so, great work. I'm actually trying to pay attention to the beatboxing as we go along here. So let's see what happens.
At your chain and makes your eyes. If it feels good, tastes good, it must be mine. Heroes always get remembered, but you know legends never die. And if you don't know now, you know. I'm taking back the crown. I'm all dressed up and naked. I see what's mine, I take it. Oh yeah.
So close I can taste it. See what's mine and take it. Oh yeah.
Okay, before we get into this next section, which is, I really enjoyed this section as well, but we have Bobby here down to a B1. Very, very nice, clean B1 too. And what's great is that when he goes up, it doesn't sound like he's straining on that high E flat. It's just very, very clean. I love his voice. Bobby's always been a clean singer, and I can't wait to hear how his voice would mature in the future. In this case, and as well, not to leave him out as either, but we have a B flat 1 in chest here.
Now you know. I'm taking back the.
Yeah, whoa. So they're very, very clean here, and Tommy's voice just comes in. He has this edge in his voice that just kind of, it's like, whoa, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm grooving with this. So when he comes in after the B flat 1, Tommy takes over on bass and lead here. So really, really great, guys. I like that you are all cycling through this this idea of bass, harmony, as well as lead, and then some high voices and low voices. Very just covering all the bases, literally all the bases in this case. So great job. Let's kind of go skip over to this part here. Probably one of my favorite parts here, and let's see if we can break it down for you just a little bit.
Oh yeah. Mortal kings are ruling castles. Welcome to my world of fun. Liars settle into sockets. Flip the switch and watch them run.
Yeah, that's so clean right there. The use of fifths, right? So you basically have parallel fifths that are going on here. And these parallel fifths are just like power chords, right? Think about the distorted chords, think about tube saturation, think about this chant, this idea, right? You have this drone that's happening, and there's no harmony or actual harmony involved besides the little keyboard solo or guitar solo that's going on in the back here. So let's listen to this again and listen to those, and actually watch the visual too. I like what Marwan did with all the visuals. Just every note had a different face popping up, which is so cool to experience.
Castles, welcome to my world of fun. Liars settle into sockets. Flip the switch and watch them run.
Yeah, this is very reminiscent of Queen in that sense. So nicely done in that sense. Tommy with the vocal growls, man, those are just heavy all the way through. Good job there. And we have this. Something like that, right? You have this that starts on that sixth. Very, very good use of that, and also the visuals. It's a nice touch to that. Really great sound too. So it's not like a soft reserved bass. It's really in your face. You have some nice E flat 2 there. D2s from everybody. I believe all the basses are singing that, including the octave, the fifth, and the top as well. So all 4 parts are occurring there. And of course, we have everyone dropping down to an E1 there at the very end. So let's listen there, and let's see if we can go almost all the way to the end.
Dark sockets, flip the switch and watch them run.
Take it back, take it back, the crowd.
Yeah, we're not going to get to the end because Peter decides to go all the way to a G flat 5 in a nice mix there. Very, very well done. Yeah, so look at that. Let's listen to that transition again.
Run.
Take it back, take it back, the crowd. I'm all dressed up and naked. I see what's mine and take it. Sweepers. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the... Yeah, that's such a great riff right there, Peter. Very well done. And then that beatbox, nice use of sticks as well. Let's listen to that.
I'm all dressed up and naked. I see what's mine and take it. Sweepers. Oh, yeah.
Sorry about that. It's a little bit further back.
Take it back, the crowd.
Yeah, very nice.
I'm all dressed up and naked. I see what's mine and take it. Sweepers. Oh, yeah, the crowd. So close I can taste it. I see what's mine and take it. Sweepers. Oh, yeah.
Finders, keepers, losers, sweepers. Finders, keepers, losers, sweepers.
Wow, guys. Wow. Just wow as a fellow bass singer and just enthusiast. I'm a fan. I've always been a fan. So you're preaching to the choir here as a bass singer myself. Everything that you've done in here, beatboxing, vocal percussion, vocal growls, subharmonics, chest fry, high notes, low notes. You've covered all the bases. This is one dangerous, very dangerous arrangement, and very specific too. And so kudos to Marwan for taking into consideration not only technique from an arranging standpoint, because usually when you look at arrangements or certain specific arrangements, you can tell when the arrangement doesn't really belong to the group, right? If you see different ensembles performing other people's arrangements, they can do a good job, and they may do a really good job at it. But in this case, Marwan, I really like that he took into consideration the possibilities of sound, right? When you are arranging music, you are not just focused on, I want these notes and I want them like this. I can tell that Marwan paid a lot of attention to timbre, to use of technique, right? He knew what techniques were available, what the possibilities, right? Tomi all the way up to the B flat 5, and then as well Peter to that nice reinforced G flat 5 there in this case, and some really low notes as well from everybody. So everyone got a chance to sing bass, everyone got a chance to sing baritone, tenor. Marwan did take care of all the beatboxing, of course, and it'll be kind of weird to have different people beatbox, even though that might be a pretty cool concept. Actually, I would love to see that as well. But for the most part, just overall, I loved it from the very beginning all the way through. No punches were held. Nothing was held back in this case. From the very beginning, E flat 1, all the way to the very end, E flat 1, right? So we have this. So we have Bobby with an E flat 1 here. And of course, Marwan with an E flat 1, and Peter sending us off with this crazy laugh that's just so low, right? Yeah, you guys, this is the way. This is the only way. And so thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this reaction. I think this is more of a reaction from me than an actual analysis in this case, but overall, very well done on all aspects. And I cannot stress that enough, that this was written specifically for you guys, from Marwan. And so I would love to hear more from you. I would love to hear and just explore these concepts, because this is not something that, hey, you know, like, I want to do arranging. Like, you really have to put in the time, and it's shown and in spades to all of you. So thank you guys. Let's go to a nice picture of all of you. My name is Tu Yang. If you like this video, please subscribe, comment, share it with people. Obviously, you know, I go on a ramble sometimes with theory, and that's what I do. You know, I'm a music teacher, and so it's what I go with. But in this case, with a piece that's specifically for the bass gang, I felt that it was a privilege to be able to just react and evaluate their arrangement as well as their music. And so I can't wait to hear more from them, and to hear from them as well. There will be a link in the description for their YouTube channels, as well as the original video. I'm sure you've already seen that, but if you haven't, check out the original video and also all their other videos on their websites. Thank you once again. This is Tu Yang. We'll see you next time.